Welcome to battle number 8 of week number 4 of the FNF Seafoam Isles Draft League. I'm your host Lionhugs, and I'll be commentating this replay match between Butter Taters of the Gruesome Grimmsnarls versus Actias and the Opal Ascents. Opal Ascents. Before we continue, let's review the Mega and Z Pokemon making an appearance tonight. On Butter Tater's side, we have Mega Blastoise, this one with no Shell Smash, as well as Z Attack Durant. On Actias' corner, they've brought Mega Altaria and Z Attack Celebi. Before we begin, let's just go over some quick initial thoughts. Looking at Butter Tater's corner, we have what looks like a bulky offensive Rain Sweeper team, obviously with Mega Blastoise, Dusclops, and Corviknight serving very well as almost walls, if not like pretty good tanks, being able to take a lot of punishment as well as dish it out, especially Dusclops probably most likely holding EV Olite. Couple that with obviously Durant, its strong speed, as well as it benefiting from the Drizzle support that Pelipper offers, thanks to it, it gives it a good fire protection. As well as Barrascuda having Swift Swim, so its speed being doubled. It seems like most likely Barrascuda and maybe Durant are probably the main sweepers for Butter Taters, both benefiting nicely from Rain, while Corviknight, Mega Blastoise, and Dusclops are probably there to take the punishments that the other two can't really handle. Not to mention Mega Blastoise also obviously gets a nice boost for its water attacking moves in the rain. So overall, I'm very impressed. It seems to be a really nice, really solid, really beefy rain team. I'm a little curious to see how Butter Taters uses this to effect, as in case you guys don't know, I'm actually a competitor in Victory Road Season 3, where I've been, let's say, struggling to use a rain team effectively, and if I could kind of go back in time and redo my draft, I would probably try to pick maybe more bulkier overall of a team that benefits from rain. So I'm really curious and excited to see how Butter Taters utilizes them. Utilizes all their Pokemon, all his Pokemon in this fight. Hopefully I'll learn a thing or two. Anyway, moving on to Actias' side, it seems they've brought a nice balanced team overall. For example, we have obviously Galvantula really being a nice pivot as well as a support user. I mean, obviously with Sticky Web helping to slow down Butter Tater's team, and obviously with the Volt Switches, which looking at Butter Tater's side doesn't seem like anybody can really. There's no ground type, so there's no immunity to Volt Switch. And quite obviously, we have at least 3 water Pokemon and 2 flying types, or the water flying and steel flying. So none of them really wants to be hit by a Thunder or a Volt Switch. And the rain doesn't really matter if Galvantula is using the Compound Eyes ability. So yeah, that's definitely somebody to watch out for. We also have Z Attack Celebi, who's kind of like this jack of all trades, can use a lot of different kinds of moves, especially with that Z Attack Crystal. You don't really know exactly what move it'll dish out, but again, given that at least half of Butter Tater's team is water type, or part water type, we're probably going to see maybe like a Z Energy Ball or Z Giga Drain or some kind of Z Grass move. And that'll definitely punch a hole in Mega Blastoise, if not outright destroy it. Aegislash is also really interesting, as it can kind of serve as both that wall and wall breaker thanks to that form change. So I'm really excited to see how Actias uses them. And looking at the Hawlucha, for example, obviously you have to worry about acrobatics depending on what item it is holding, or not even holding at all to begin with. Because again, nobody on Butter Tater's team really resists flying, maybe, yeah, not even Durant thanks to the dual typing. And not to mention, Actias could have packed Hawlucha with a Swords Dance as well, so Swords Dance boosted high jump kick, hits pretty much everybody, at least neutrally, except for obviously Dusclops. So again, looks like Actias has brought like a nice balance of like walls and attackers and pivots. And speaking of pivots again, just want to mention another a really good electric pivot with Electros, especially being one of those few electric Pokemon with Levitate, can basically come in freely onto whatever Earthquake users the Butter Taters has brought, which maybe Mega Blastoise, maybe Durant. So I'm excited to see Electros last for quite a while. And yeah, not to mention Mega Altaria. I forgot to actually mention her earlier. Actias bringing Mega Altaria again, having a nice offensive moveset, especially having access to Dragon Dance, could potentially help it sweep later game, especially after Mega Blastoise is revealed. That nice physical attack, maybe like a good Outrage towards the end, could pretty much finish off a weakened team. So again, I'm very curious to see how this matchup goes. Just on first glance, it seems that Actias might have the upper hand given the two electric pivots, as well as the Dragon, which could resist water moves to an extent. But I don't want to make any assumptions. I want to go ahead and get started. And again, even with first glances, you never know what's going to happen. This all really does depend on how well these opponents have strategized against each other, as well as how well they're able to carry out that strategy from move to move. So without further ado, let's go ahead and begin. I predict a potential early sweep by Durant, maybe? As well as maybe Electros or Galvantula to lead for Actias. And oh, and so we have Kazooie and Fuzzlepus. Ooh, I love that name. Kazooie sets up Drizzle, and Galvantula has Unnerve. Very interesting moveset. I wonder how that will benefit Actias. It looks like Dusclops comes out with the Frisk, finds Galvantula's Focus Sash, and gets hit by Sticky Web. Frisk is a really good kind of scouting ability, so that would help to understand Galvantula. Knowing you probably want to hit it with a multi-move, or hit it with a weak move first and hit it again. Anyway, Fuzzlepus switches out to Sweet Noodle, who gets burned by Dusclops' Will-O-Wisp. Dusclops, having Will-O-Wisp does help out. It would probably have been better to Will-O-Wisp Mega Altaria or another physical attacker. Sweet Noodle uses Knockoff and gets rid of that Eviolite. Very good move for Actias, reducing Dusclops' longevity. Ooh, Dusclops goes for the Hex. Makes sense with the Will-O-Wisp doing double damage. However, that only does about 33% damage, and then plus the burn chipping away. Sweet Noodle is still pretty comfortable, using another Knockoff though. This time only doing 18% damage since Dusclops is not holding any items. And another Hex brings it down to 5%, and the burn damage might be enough to finish it off. Indeed it is, and Sweet Noodle is the first Pokemon to go down. The score is now 6-5 in Butter Tater's favor. Let's see how Actias responds, and ooh, out comes Blitzer, the Aegislash. And it does the stance change, changing to Blade form. I'm assuming we're going to see a Shadow Sneak. Indeed we do. Dusclops is taken out in one shot, and the score is back down to an even 5-5. Raynance will either be up for 1 or 4 more turns, and looks like it'll be another 3 turns as Prophet comes out. It gets caught in a Sticky Web, which kind of cancels out the Swift Swim speed boost. That said, Prophet the Barraskewda is still pretty fast. Ooh, but Blitzer uses the King's Shield to protect itself from whatever Prophet's about to do. Ooh, Crunch. Nice move. Fortunately, its attack is lowered thanks to King's Shield. With the lowered attack and lowered speed due to Sticky Web, Prophet's probably not going to stay out much longer, and indeed switches out to Devastator, the Mega Blastoise. It's also getting caught in that Sticky Web, but it doesn't matter too much as it gets a free Mega Evolution at this turn. Most likely. Oh, no. Sorry, I went ahead of myself. Out comes Nugget, the Mega Altaria, or right now regular Altaria. It uses a Dragon Dance without Mega evolving. Interesting. And out comes a Dragon Pulse Devastator, bringing Nugget down to 4% health. The rain has stopped. Will Nugget Mega evolve now? Indeed it does. Will it be enough to take out Devastator though, with the Dragon Dance? Ooh, it uses Frustration. Frustration only doing about 48% damage, and now it takes a Dark Pulse. Nugget is down, and Devastator is down to 52% health. The score is now an even 5-4. Not even. 5-4 in Buttertator's favor. Fuzzle Plus comes out using an Unnerve. Unfortunately, the Unnerve is not going to affect Devastator since it's not holding any berries. And out comes Issei, the Corviknight. Ooh, hit by the Electro Ball. Does about 50% damage. Fuzzle Plus probably is going to want to Volt Switch out of there, or Thunder it to finish it off. Indeed goes for the full switch, which has a critical hit and takes it out. I wonder if the critical hit mattered. Issei faints. The score is now an even 4-4, and Actias has to switch out to El Misterio, the Halucha. And out comes Kazooie, bringing out that drizzle. The rain still benefits about most of Buttertator's team, and Rock Slide comes out, super effective, doing about 43% damage, and the flinch to Kazooie. Misterio could try another Rock Slide and another flinch, that could really help out. Indeed it does. And Kazooie goes down to 12% health. Will it have... Oh, I was expecting a recovery move. Instead it goes for Hurricane, which has 100% accuracy in the rain. And the Focus Sash brings keeps El Misterio in the game. Actias seems to have thought ahead for that. With 2 Pokemon with Focus Sashes. Out comes Meruem, the Durant, taking a neutral Rock Slide, only doing about 26% damage. Now would be a good move for a High Jump Kick, does 60% damage. I was going to say a stab move would probably have been the best choice to get rid of Meruem. And Iron Head misses! What good luck for Actias and El Misterio. One more move should finish off Durant, unless Buttertator switches out. Indeed not. A High Jump Kick is enough to finish off Meruem. The score is now 4-3, finally in Actias' favor. Out comes Devastator, the Mega Blastoise caught in the sticky web. It loses its speed by 1 stage. Lowers its stage. And this is the first miss of High Jump Kick of the match. And unfortunately, that does about 50% damage, which takes out El Misterio. The score is back down to an even 3-3. That's the unfortunate aspect of those high damage, low accuracy moves. Eventually they will miss. Out comes Celebi with the Energy Ball. No, Z-move. Z-move not needed, as the Energy Ball is more than enough to take out Devastator. Actias has regained control, and the score is now 3-2. And now comes Prophet, trying to take advantage of probably that last turn of Rain Dance. And a Crunch is super effective, lowers Celebi's defense, but it hangs on with 18% health. And the Energy Ball is more than enough to take out Prophet. Score is now 3-1. Pelipper might be able to stand another Energy Ball. But 12% damage. If it's faster, it could go for the recover. Unfortunately not. The Energy Ball is enough to finish off Kazooie and win the match for Actias. The final score is a 3-0. And what an exciting match that was, honestly. As I said before, the matchup did seem to favor Actias overall, given the Pokemon that they brought, but I think it really did come down to how they were all used, and again, the combinations of abilities and items that Actias has brought, I was really interested. I mean, that was a really good use of Focus Sash, especially for Hawlucha. I wonder what they were expecting with Focus Sash, Galvantula, and the Unnerve ability. I wonder what berries they thought Butter Taters might have brought. Either way, seems like they really know what they really knew what they were doing, and they brought a really strong team to counter Butter Taters' Rain team. And if I have learned anything so far, is that there seems to be quite a few counters to Rain teams. It's pretty hard to use, at least for me personally. And also there with Actias, I'm not sure what they could have really done better to regain control. It seems like their biggest problems were that Aegislash, as well as especially the Hawlucha, the sheer devastating power of Hawlucha, coupled with the Sticky Web. If they had some sort of defogger or if he had some sort of defogger or rapid spinner, Butter Taters could have maybe regained control, since Sticky Web essentially nullifies whatever Swift Swim would bring to Barraskewda, as well as lower the speed for everybody else that isn't a flying type. Yeah, overall, very exciting match, and very nice end to Week 4. Please stay tuned for future matches. Week 5 battles are coming up very, very soon. Once again, I am Coach Lion Hugs, and I'll be signing out. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Bye-bye.